Tensions are flaring again between President Donald Trump and California Governor Gavin Newsom. This time, it's over the deployment of National Guard troops in Los Angeles. Speaking outside a church in L.A., Governor Newsom blasted President Trump's move to federalize the Guard in response to recent anti-ICE riots, calling it a waste of taxpayer money and saying it's time for the president to grow up. The governor, who's suing the administration over the deployment, accused President Trump of being a chaos agent who's torn California communities apart.
This is about families. It's about community. It's about the sense of place. It's about our economy. And it's about time Donald Trump grow up. It's about time Donald Trump understand the hell he is doing. And so I'm here in front of a church on church grounds, mindful that our democracy is not on firm ground, and mindful of our responsibility to be assertive at this moment, and we are, to support our diverse communities, and we will continue to do just that.
Let's talk about some of these issues coming from the U.S. Global Affairs analyst David Ezekiel joins me now on World Now. Good to have you join us. In about 3 days, it will be 6 months since Donald Trump's second stint at the U.S. presidency. But, polls appear to show most Americans aren't exactly buying into his latest domestic policy win. What's your take?
Well, I don't even know what to say because, as we all know, it's something that is expected. During the campaign, these are some of the things that Trump have talked about. He said, I'm going to do this. As a matter of fact, most of these immigration policies were one of the reasons why he garnered much votes, especially even amongst the independents. And he said that he was going to do it. And even a couple of bills that he said he was going to pass, he passed them from day one. And here we are today, and Trump is trying to implement some of those things, and you have the usual backlash. And so I'm not kind of surprised seeing this because it's something that is expected. I think one of the concerns people have, which is something that I think that Trump should actually look at. I'm not sure they really have problem with the policy, especially the immigration policy, because it's a problem globally everybody has. But it's about how he's going about it that is the concerns people are having. You have issues like family separation, you have detention, deportation rates, and all of these things, they don't really reflect the kind of values that America stands for. America is known for something, the values in human rights, in the fact that people can come into the U.S. and really become what they want to do. And that is what is kind of concerning to people and why he's kind of having this backlash about how he's going about it.
Mr. Ezekiel, Americans witnessed the Trump presidency the first time for 4 whole years, and they chose to vote him again. I mean, what do they think could have changed about his manner, of approaching issues, approaching situations? Because now it's not even up to a year and some of them are already revolting. What do you think can be done at this time?
I think it was a case of Americans being fed up with an extremity that has gone more far to the left. And when Trump did his first tenure, Americans complained that it was too much. He spoke a lot of things out of context. He was just having enemies across the world. And they needed a change. And the change came during Joe Biden. And Joe Biden kind of went to an extreme in some of the policies. And America got fed up And I'm not going to be mentioning some of those things that we all know, especially in terms of immigration and all of that. They got fed up. And they thought, okay, let's give Trump another chance. Maybe this time around, we're going to get something new. And here we have Trump trying to be Trump. I'm not sure Trump is trying to do something that nobody predicted he's going to do. And Trump is trying to be Trump, and Americans are now complaining about it. Just like I said, I think the thing that Trump should look out for is not the policy itself. It's about how you carry out the policy. How do you implement the policy is what Americans are crying for. Because the reason you were voted is to implement these policies. They heard you during the campaigns and they wanted to do it. But how he's going about it is what's kind of dicey and why everybody is raising an eyebrow.
So let's hope he hears those voices and perhaps, there is a change in, how he administers some of those things. But let's quickly get your reaction to, flaring tensions between President Trump and the California governor. He said the president needs to grow up.
Well, if it's about comment between Trump and Governor Newsom, it's something that has been. Both of them, they don't see eye to eye, and it's always either Trump is trying to lash out at him or he's trying to reply back to Trump. If it's not about the California fire, it has to be about immigration. It has to be something that make both of them fight. I think this is one of the things you see on the political scene, where you have political leaders kind of throwing rhetoric, throwing jabs at each other. But this time around, I think the governor of California is kind of fed up. He really wants a stance, and it's like him trying to push Donald Trump. I think that grow up is like a summary of what he feels. His heartfelt cry telling Trump that you need to do something about this. And I just hope Trump will listen and not take it literally, because Trump is known for taking some of these things literally without actually looking at the undertone. I think the governor has cried out in frustration, and hopefully Trump listens and try to make some amendments in how he implements the policies.
It does appear Americans are hoping for a lot of listening from President Trump. We'll wait to see whether he does this or not. Global Affairs analyst David Ezekiel, thank you very much for your time on World Now.